Today, you'll learn about the incredible turnaround of Abercrombie & Fitch. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, where we help you upgrade your English with stories about current events and trending topics. And not only that, but we also show you how to use common English expressions. If you learn these, you'll be able to express your ideas in natural English. And I never, ever teach you expressions that I don't personally use in my own life. Because if I don't use an expression myself, it's not worth learning. Just kidding. What I mean is, I'll never teach you the overused cliches. I'll only teach you authentic expressions that you can start using in your daily English life. Anyway, this is episode number 713, so JR has kindly uploaded all the lesson resources to plainenglish.com/713. Today's story is about Abercrombie & Fitch, the clothing brand, and how it has resurrected its image. And the expression we'll talk about today is take it easy. Before we start today's story, I'd just like to remind you that the podcast is just one part of how we can help you upgrade your English skills. At plainenglish.com, you can make faster progress with active learning strategies. You can take quizzes, do activities, listen to the fast version of the audio, watch video workshops, practice what you learn, and even join a live call with JR and me. It's all about helping you build your skills to become a better, more confident English speaker. Sound good? Go to plainenglish.com to start your free 14-day trial today. Now, let's jump into today's story. Abercrombie & Fitch is an American clothing brand. Your impression of the brand probably depends on how old you are. If you're between 60 and, say, 150 years old, you probably think of Abercrombie as a brand that sells outdoor clothing. Founded in 1892, Abercrombie & Fitch spent its first decades as a retailer of high-end sporting goods. From a storefront in New York City, the company sold hunting rifles, fishing rods, boats, tents, and the clothes you'd need to use them in the great outdoors. The writer Ernest Hemingway and the outdoorsman turned President Theodore Roosevelt used Abercrombie gear. But by the 1970s, sales were declining, and the company eventually went bankrupt. An investor bought the brand out of bankruptcy and positioned it as a mail-order retailer of clothing. And this is when the second phase of Abercrombie started. If you're between, say, 30 and 50 years old today, you probably remember Abercrombie as being a high-priced, exclusionary brand that catered to cool, good-looking teenagers whose parents could afford the best clothes at the mall. Starting in the 1990s, Abercrombie focused on the teen market. But the company wasn't interested in serving every teen. In the words of the former CEO, they were targeting the cool kids. And while that didn't strictly mean white, it did mean kids that were popular, good looking, and able to pay sky-high prices. Here's what the former CEO said. We hire good-looking people in our stores because good-looking people attract other good-looking people with a lot of friends. We don't market to anyone other than that. He then said that a lot of people don't belong in our clothes. The store's designs reinforced this exclusionary attitude. Most clothing stores have big window displays. Abercrombie stores had dark shutters. If you wanted to see the clothes, you had to go inside. When you got inside, you heard loud electronic dance music. The lighting was low. Abercrombie's expensive cologne was pumped into the store's air ducts. The bags, posters, catalogs, and advertisements featured shirtless male models and beautiful, thin women. Walking into an Abercrombie store felt like being invited into an exclusive party at a rich person's house. You could almost pretend the beautiful sales staff and other customers were your friends. Most shoppers in the store had a similar look and body type because Abercrombie didn't even make clothes in larger sizes. Wealthy teenagers stocked their wardrobes with expensive jeans, underwear, and polo shirts with the brand's moose logo. Middle-class teens begged their parents to splurge on a few pieces from Abercrombie. And often, teenagers who didn't have a lot of money to spend on clothes would spend it all on just one thing from Abercrombie. But regardless of wealth, the customers had one thing in common. They craved the social validation of wearing the most popular brand. The company's strategy worked until it didn't. That interview with the CEO, where he derisively said that some people don't belong in our clothes, that interview went unnoticed in 2006 at the height of Abercrombie's popularity. But in about 2013, the company's exclusionary, high-priced branding was starting to wear thin. The public mood turned against body shaming and exclusionary marketing. Several prominent celebrities called attention to the company's toxic marketing and branding. It was as if everyone, together, woke up to the fact that this type of marketing was not healthy. The CEO resigned in 2014. Soon, Abercrombie was called America's most hated retailer. A few years later, its reputation in tatters. The company was looking to sell itself to other clothing brands. Their competitors in the clothing industry didn't want it. It was their loss. In 2024, Abercrombie Fitch means something completely different. It's one of the best performing stocks in the American stock market since 2023, performing almost as well as Nvidia, the darling maker of AI computer chips. So how did that happen? In 2017, Abercrombie hired a new CEO, Fran Horowitz. She and a new executive team reinvented the business over many, many long years. They rebuilt the brand image. Advertisements show a greater variety of people in more realistic situations. They started stocking a wider variety of sizes. They invested in clothes that fit well, not just clothes that look good on models. They expanded beyond sex appeal products like low-cut jeans and tight t-shirts. They pulled the plug on partial nudity in advertisements. Now, Abercrombie sells clothes that are affordable, that fit well, and that are reasonably priced. The target market is no longer teenagers. Now, Abercrombie targets customers that are 25 to 40 years old. Some of the same people who spent their lifeguarding money on Abercrombie clothes are now rediscovering the brand as adults. The company has focused its inventory on wardrobe essentials, pieces that can be worn in multiple seasons, in casual, business, or even formal occasions. They don't stock a lot of stuff that's likely to fall out of fashion after just one season. The buyers at Abercrombie said they wanted to think of their customers' entire week and provide something for every occasion, from weddings to work clothes to casual clothes on weeknights. It worked. Now, incredibly, a 30-year-old shopper said in an interview that Abercrombie offers more bang for my buck. That means she thinks it's a good value. That doesn't mean low prices. Abercrombie is not a discount or fast fashion retailer pumping out low-quality clothes at bargain basement prices. Shoppers say they go to online discounters or other low-cost brands to try new looks or keep up with the hottest trends. But they choose Abercrombie for longer-lasting, more versatile parts of their wardrobes. So what's next? Now that the company has re-established its brand in its home market, it's looking to expand more into Europe and Asia. The company has hired local teams in London and Shanghai. You know what? I would buy something from Abercrombie today. I have never owned a piece of clothing from Abercrombie and Fitch in my life, I don't think. That would not have been allowed in my house growing up, and I never had any interest in overpaying for a status symbol after I started making my own money. But I saw an Abercrombie store here in Mexico City a few months ago, and I thought, why not go in? And I was shocked. I was shocked at what I saw. The clothes actually looked good. It's expensive in Mexico because it's all imported, but it's higher quality than what you see in H&M, and it's not more expensive than comparable brands like Levi's, for example. And I feel like I would buy something from Abercrombie today, and I can't believe I'm saying those words. Well, if you want to know what Abercrombie and Fitch was like in the 1990s and 2000s, watch the Netflix documentary White Hot. Everything they say in that documentary about the brand, about how it was seen, is true. White Hot on Netflix. Take it easy is a very common expression in English, but it doesn't actually have much to do with easy or hard in the usual sense. Instead, take it easy is all about the amount of physical or emotional effort we choose to put into something. And when we take it easy, we lower the level of effort. I'm going to give you two big ways to use take it easy and one small way to use it. One of the most common ways we use take it easy is when we're talking about relaxing or not pushing ourselves too hard. For example, what are your plans for this coming weekend? If you think this week is going to be hard, and if you want to relax over the weekend, you might say, I'm going to take it easy this weekend. I'm going to take it easy means I'm not going to do high energy activities. I'm going to take it easy means you're going to spend the time demanding. Similarly, if you're feeling under the weather, that means if you're a little sick, someone might tell you, take it easy. In this case, it means you should rest, maybe stay home from work, skip that exercise class, avoid doing anything that could make you feel worse. It's a way of saying, don't push yourself, don't overdo it, let your body recover, take it easy this week. In both of these situations, take it easy is about not putting too much strain on yourself. It's usually physical, but sometimes mental too. Recharge your batteries, take it easy. Now, another way we use take it easy is when we're encouraging someone to stay calm or not let things bother them, especially emotionally. It's common to use this in the imperative, when we're telling someone else to take it easy. We want them to lower the temperature a little. We don't want them to get too upset. So imagine a situation where someone is getting upset, getting angry over something small. You're in line at a restaurant with a group. You're all hungry. There are 6 of you. The restaurant seats someone that arrived after you. A table for 2 got there after you, but got their table first. Not fair. And imagine your friend starts to get really upset and starts complaining to the manager. You might say, hey, take it easy. It's not a big deal. Take it easy. And here you're reminding them that it's not worth getting worked up about. There are things worth getting upset about in this world, and then there are things that are not. And if you tell someone, hey, take it easy, you're saying this is not something to get upset or worked up about. The expression can also be used when someone is stressed or worried. I'll give you a personal example. I hate being late. I always get stressed when I'm going to be late. A delay on the metro, a task that took longer than expected, or even worse, if other people are making me late. Whatever the situation, if I'm late, I'm stressed. And sometimes I just have to tell myself, take it easy, relax. If we miss the bus, we'll catch the next one. If we get to the movie too late, we'll watch a different one. If the restaurant gives away our table, we'll order a pizza. Take it easy. It won't be too bad. And then really quick, one last way to use take it easy is as a friendly way to say goodbye. When you're parting ways with someone, when you're saying goodbye, when you're leaving, one person might say bye, the other person might say take it easy. One person might say see you later, the other person might say take it easy. All right, we have just made it to the end of episode 713. I had a funny exchange with a member the other day. She wanted to get to the transcripts and activities at plainenglish.com, and she always opens Spotify to click the episode link. And I said, just type it in your browser, plainenglish.com/713. It's easy. And that's where you get all the great stuff that goes along with today's episode, the transcript, translations, exercises, practice opportunities, the fast audio of this episode, all that stuff, plainenglish.com/713. So this was the end of our third episode about fashion. The fourth one is coming up on Monday. It's about the high-priced handbag that you can't buy in a store and what people are willing to do to get it. So that's coming up on Monday. In the meantime, have a great weekend and take it easy. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.